Hello, welcome back. This is Jeff Byers and this is Andy245 and this is module 3 and we're working on our fox jump up and down, and we're going to be adding the follow through and overlapping animation on the tail. So let's talk more about that. So when we look at our reference that we have, we can see that when the ball squishes down for anticipation to jump, the tail's actually helping it either push upwards or it's just falling behind it, okay, because of drag and of the air. And if that's the case, we kind of look at it as a wave form, like a waveform. And so to learn more about waveforms and wave principles, you can watch the animation tutorial, the wave principle, under the lesson content in module 3. So please watch that if you haven't watched that, and I'll give you a better understanding of wave principles and how to use those. And so when we look at this, and we've been looking at this reference loosely, but it's there in module 3, so please look at that as you're animating. And this is a finished animation of the character after you get all those pieces put together. Okay, so we're going to continue on with animating the tail now. We've got the basic animation for the jump, and it looks pretty good. So far, so good. Okay, so we'll start at frame 0. And at frame 0, remember we set up our quick select set, and so you're going to want to find that. If you haven't done that, please watch the video 1 on this series, part 1. And I'm going to click on that, and that sets it all up. I'm going to go ahead and rotate it, and I'm going to type in, for frame 0, negative 10.765. So negative 10.765. There we go. At frame 0. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set a key for that. And then at frame 3, I'm going to set the tail at negative 1.307. As it's pushing down, go ahead and keyframe that. And then, of course, frame 5, I'm going to set it at 5.754. And this is where the character is pushing down as it's smashing down, pushing down with the tail. And then we're going to go to frame 9. And we're going to make this more extreme, so we're going to do 17.977. Hit enter and keyframe that. And at frame 15, we hit the apex. That should be 44.584 in that vicinity there. All right, so that'll be the extreme of the tail, because the pressure of pulling it up, even though it stopped or it's hit its apex, it's still the wind friction on that, the wind drag or friction on that tail has pushed it down, and we kind of got that extreme now. Okay. All right, so, and then it'll be falling back down, okay? And at 24, we're going to go the opposite direction. Okay, so we're going to pull that back again. And this is going to be plus, well, let's see, yeah, no, negative. be negative 30.969. All right, let's go ahead and set that up. There we go, so we can play that. There we go. So the wind friction pulls it down, and then as it hits apex, like that, and then it comes down again, and you can see that the friction is pulling it up now at this point. And it takes a while for the tail to actually make, even though this makes contact, at 25, at 26, it's going to stay like that. So I'm going to do a keyframe. So we got 24 keyframe, 26 keyframe. I'm going to duplicate the 24 keyframe. I'm going to copy that and paste it. I'm going to double click on that. And there we go. So it's going to keep the tail right there. And then, of course, 30, the tail will finally realize what's happened and go back down. So negative 10. And we want it the same as the starting frame, 0, okay? Because otherwise it'll glitch. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and go to frame 0 and copy that frame. Bring it over to 30 and go to paste. That way we don't have any glitching. So we can have a nice loop. There we go. So there's our loop and our animation. Okay, there we go. All right, awesome. So now you've got some experience animating just a basic jump cycle on this character. And so in the next assignment, the next exercise, you'll be doing 2. This one was a quick one, and then on the second one, you're going to be going on your own and keyframing on your own for timing on a character jumping across a chasm. So I'll give you get you started on that in the next video, and that'll be your second assignment. So you'll have 2. This one's worth 20, and the other one, the one you're going to be doing on your own, is worth 20. All right. So there you go. You got a good start. Okay. So what we need from this, we need to have the plane open. And we need to make sure that it's not jumping outside. You need to be close enough to where I can grade you appropriately. I need to be able to see the tail animation, and make sure you keep the character inside the window here. I don't want it too far away. That's too far away. Just keep it nice. Something like that would be good. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Make sure you save your work. Okay, save your work. Save scene as, and save all along so you don't have to redo everything. All right, so we need to get rid of all the curves. So we're going to go to Show. We're going to go to Viewport, and we're going to get rid of the NURBS curves. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and right-click and go to Play Blast. We're going to kind of keep it the way we have it. So format. Oh, I do want to do one thing. I want to get rid of the grid. So I'm going to go to Show, Viewport, and at the bottom here, I'm going to click off. There we go. So we got a nice, we don't have to see the grid, and that is good. All right, so I'm going to go in here, do a Play Blast. AVI, encoding XFID. Please download that if you haven't done that already. You will get points off if you don't compress your videos, because they'll be huge. Scale it 1, frame padding, we have, yeah, frame padding at 2, and then of course this will be named something like, let's see here, Fox. Let's do Fox Jump. you're going to need to put your name on these, so I don't get a bunch of Andy 245 Module 3 Fox jump. So please place your name in there, something, you know, maybe your first initial, last name. And then I'm going to do FIN on that. Okay. So browse, of course, and tell it where you want it to go. I'll go ahead and rename it again. Module 3 Fox Jump. There we go. Something like that would be good, and save it and play blast. And there you go. You got your play blast animation ready to turn in. Make sure you watch it a couple times. Make sure you got everything in there you need. Okay, you'll be turning that in, and make sure you turn in the MA file, the finished MA file, so I can look at it, make sure you got everything. Make sure it's touching. So I've got to have the MA file. So you'll be turning that in. And remember, we've got 2 assignments this week. One of the jumping fox, and one of that you're going to do on your own, jumping over a chasm. It's not going to be very big, but you're going to have it jump up to it and then jump over. Okay. I'll have an example for you, but you're going to be keyframing and setting this up yourself. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing your work, your animation of the fox jumping over the chasm. All right. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing your work.